Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Aluminum Tarot. We are going to be doing the readings for the air signs today. We are now moving on to the fixed air, which is Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Ascendant for June 2023. So, just to kick things off as always, if you like what you see here, if this reading resonates with you, please give a like, share, subscribe, and ding the notification bell so that you don't miss any of the updates from this channel. Also, if you are keen to get a personal reading for yourself, I offer them at my website. Please find those in the description box below and feel free to reach out for one of those. Additionally, because of this, that is always going to attract scammers. All the tarot card readers around the world are dealing with this particular situation. And of course, this means that you have to do your civic duty to block and report these people as they crop up. So that way they do not con people out of their money. And of course, people are forced to deal with that later on. That being said, we're going to get straight into the reading for today. We're going to start with Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Ascendant for June 2023. This is a general reading. Today, we will be also using new addition to the family, Kipper. Say hello everyone to Kipper. We're going to use this for the initial messages for your reading, and then we'll proceed into the Celtic Cross. Kipper, tell us 3 messages that the Aquarians need to know. Three messages that the Aquarians need to know. Three messages that the Aquarians need to know for June 2023. Sun, Moon and Rising. Sun, Moon and Rising, Libra. Well, why did I say Libra? Maybe you're dealing with a Libra. Sun, Moon and Ascendant for Aquarius, June 2023. Oh. So, let's pull out the Kipper, see what we find here. That wants to pop out. Rich, good gentleman. Main person. And a journey. So, it's not too bad. Very good reading here. We do have the Rich Good Gentleman, which is the card of a person who seems to have it all. Except for a decent enough partner, because I do see them playing chess by themselves and with their pet iguana. Why an iguana? I have no idea. But it does give me vibes of a serpent, which means that you are transforming yourself, shedding your old skin to become something even better than what you used to be in the past. And this person is living in a castle, which indicates stability, a foundation, a solid financial, situation that they're in. But despite all of this richness and well-to-doness, it doesn't seem like this person has anyone in their lives that they particularly fancy. Moving on to the main person here, number 1, numero uno, as they would say. This person is still well-to-do, quite accomplished, has this bird on their hands in the same way that you would even find the bird on the hands of the 9 of Pentacles, which kind of gives me the same kind of card energy, which is number 9, of course, in the tarot, and the minor arcana for the Pentacles. So they're around lush vegetation in a tropical area, in a very exotic area. So maybe you might be traveling to a place where there's a bit of warm, happy energy that, perhaps I'm getting Southeast Asia vibes, or potentially South America. So this is, who knows, any place below, near or below the equator, where you would find lush vegetation. The African continent, South American continent, South American continent, and Southeast Asian region. Those are the vibes I'm getting for this particular reading here. And seems like you've accumulated a wealth that you need to, to achieve this goal, because now you are going on a journey, whether this is with yourself or with someone else. I do not get that you're doing this with someone else. I get that this is a solo trip, because in all the cards, we have someone who is by themselves. This person, the rich, good gentleman, the main person is also by themselves, and the journey. And in each of these, they have a small companion. So maybe either you like animals, or you are traveling light. You're not necessarily going on this journey with another human being. This is for you to kind of find a bit of self-discovery, which is what's popping into my mind at the moment. That said, we're going to move on to the tarot. Thank you, Kipper, for your presence and your service. We deeply appreciate it. For the reading today, we're going to be using the Steampunk Tarot. So, let's begin. Divine One, please show me messages for Libra. Why do I keep saying Libra? You have to have Libra in your chart, I assume. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And the cards are all over the place. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Cards are having a bit of a shuffling issue right now. So, wondering if there's a little bit of stagnation in your life, or something that you need to clear out in order for things to move forward. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for June 2023. What do the cards have to say about Aquarians for June 2023? Two more. Aquarius, June 2023, Sun, Moon, and Rising. One more. Right. Let us begin. How does the Aquarian see themselves? So, there you go. That's you, and that's your challenge. Recent past. We have the Seven of Wands reversed. Near future. Strength, Leo energy. At the root of all of this. Five of Cups reversed. At the crown. We have the Hierophant. How do you see yourself? I want it to come out. Eight of Wands. That's the travel card. That might be what you're doing. So, environment. I literally just destroy all of my cards shuffling this way, even though it's my favorite way to shuffle. Environment. Okay. Hopes and fears. And final outcome. Crikey. Just take the one on the top. And that's you, Aquarius, the comet. or as in the Rider-Waite Tarot, we have the star. Let's clarify the star. Okay, so let's begin. We're going to start with what's at the center of this reading. We do see here the Queen of Swords, that is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy there, crossed by the Emperor, which is the challenge. So maybe your challenge deals with another person. Maybe this is a person who's been very controlling in a relationship that you've been in. The Emperor typically is a husband, and the Queen of Swords is typically a divorcee woman. Well, female energy, rather. And so I see these two energies playing out. One person is very, very bitter, angry, hurt, and upset because they've been dealing with essentially a control freak for the last, God only knows how long. Because typically this is a marriage card, so I would say, 5 or more years, or this is potentially a boss that you've been dealing with, which is an absolute twat, and you have to, for some reason, disconnect yourself from them in order for you to keep your peace of mind. Now, in the recent past, you do have the 7 of Engines. This is the 7 of Wands reversed. Why the 7 of Wands reversed? What happened here? I'm going to clarify with the Rider-Waite. So what happened here in the recent past? Oof. There you go. Death card. What died? Okay. Duh. Clarify also the strength in the future. Clarify the strength. Wow. Okay. So, from what we see here, in the recent past, you gave up the fight for something. If this is love-related, you were essentially in a relationship with a very controlling, demanding, conniving person, and this person used their power and misused and misappropriated their power for their own gain. Or this is typically the boss card, the Emperor card. So maybe your boss is just you're not on the same page with your boss, and it's time for you to extricate yourself from that particular work relationship as well. And so you're giving up. This relationship has ended. It is calling for you to change, transform your life from this point on, move forward with your energies, and also to get over the heartbreak that you have received from the past, to look over your back and realize that there are 2 cups sat behind you where, in essence, you can find your happiness. You can reconnect your heart and your head. You can reconnect your mind and body. You can reconnect your spirit to another. You can find your soulmate. You can find that which makes your soul sing. And that's lying away in the distance with this castle. You do have to cross over the bridge with the deluge of water in the stream behind you. But this is an easy process as long as you take the steps to go forward. This person is looking to the left as well, which indicates more focus on the past. Looking towards your future, which is to the right, would indicate that there is love all around you, and you will be okay. That said, we have I'm going to look at this one. In the near future, you have the Engineer, which is the strength card in the tarot. And so it seems now you're having to be strong to let go of this particular relationship, which is the 4 of Pentacles. Normally, this also indicates a potentially monetary or, value-based tie to someone. So think about the reason why you've stuck around in this situation for so long. Was it because the job paid decently, or that you were passionate about this job and now you're dealing with this dick boss that you have to let go of? Or is it that you've been dealing with a very nasty partner or significant other, which you're now learning how to let go of because of, the way they made you feel, the values that you shared, maybe that you share some material assets as well that you've been clinging on to, and now you're being forced to let go of those things. So I would say in this that it's time for you to move on, move forward, let go of those things which are actually weighing you down. These 4 pentacles here tend to be pretty heavy. Now, I'm even getting the vibe that you're feeling a bit financially drained. I don't know why. But with the Strength card and the 4 of Pentacles reverse, it seems like a person who is trying their best to hold on to what they've got, but it's just not working out. And they're being advised in the near future to let go of that which no longer serves them. That includes, physical monetary ties to things just out of convenience. So moving forward, you have the let's go back. At the root of all of this, you have the 5 of Cups here. You also have the 5 of Cups in the recent past. So you have 2 5 of Cups cards here, which mean the same thing. You, at the core, are trying to get over the heartbreak and the disappointment that you have experienced in a previous relationship, whether that is work or marriage related. And I say marriage here because this seems to be more of a long-term commitment. Potentially, you could have just you just may have been dealing with an absolute bell end of a person which has been like controlling every aspect of your life, or having their way or the highway, which is what's normally said here on the tarot community. It's got to be my way or the highway, right? So, moving forward, what you are aware of, what you know about the relationship or about your situation is the Hierophant. That is the marriage card. So again, this is what I get. I think that this is a marriage card because consciously and to the world, that was your pride and joy. I think that is the value system that you're having to give up in this particular situation. No longer worried so much about how other people see you and the kind of authority that you were as a couple, a power couple with this person that you were with. Things aren't the same way that they used to be now. So it's time for you to move on and let go of that particular desire to be with someone just because of how they make you look on the outside. Perhaps you did love this person because I do see the 2 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Potentially that could be the energy that's coming in. So if I'm not mistaken, those are the 2 of Cups that are coming from the 5 of Cups reversed. They're both reversed in this entire spread. So that's another telling thing. You're getting over the heartbreak, but you're still not looking towards the future to find that 2 of Cups. And here it is in your future, the 2 of Cups. Again, I promise you I'm not a magician. I just read the tarot. Let's proceed on. So now, as you are the 8 of Wands. You are making swift, decisive action to do what? What is Aquarius doing? Clarify the 8 of Wands. Clarify the 8 of Wands. Okay. Sun reversed. And wow. Interesting. And who do we have again at the bottom of the deck? We have the Queen of Swords in the upright now. Yeah, the Queen of Swords as your initial position here, crossed by the Emperor. You now have at the bottom of the deck the Queen of Swords again. You have 2 5 of Cups, 2 Queen of Swords. That is very telling energy about how you feel at the moment. A scorned person who is very upset about the relationship that they've had with someone. And you are communicating your unhappiness to this person, because you have the Sun reversed and then you have the Ten of Cups. So looking at that, with the Eight of Wands, this is clear, fast communication, sometimes electronically, sometimes I feel like, logorrhea, as they would say, like a verbal diarrhea. Like, I'm tired of this. You just have that moment. You're like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. I'm unhappy. I'm not happy. This relationship is not clear to me. I want to go back to the way things were when they were happy, when they were good. I want my happiness back. How do I get this in this particular situation? Do I even receive it? Because right here in your environment, you have nothing but chaos and drama and melodrama and more drama as things are. Now, let's clarify the Five of Wands. Again, for some reason, with this person in your environment, which seems to be one person that really gets on your fucking nerves. Sorry for my language. It is a person that has a lot of pride, a lot of arrogance, and a lot of ego. They may be, because this is the Emperor and the Six of Wands, they may be a fire sign. I'm getting more like an Aries for the Emperor, or Aries, Leo, Sagittarius for the Six of Cups. I mean, the Six of Wands. What am I thinking about? Sorry about that. The cards that I'm getting here so far, the main ones, you have Leo, you have Taurus, Aries, Scorpio energy here as well. And then you have the Aquarius, which is you at the end of this. So either you have those signs or your person has those signs, or it can be a combination of both. That's really up to you to know about your life. Moving right on, we think about this Five of Wands going to the Six of Wands. I'm getting some kind of energy, like if I just continue fighting for this, maybe I can be successful. That is probably what you felt in the past. Now, how did this end up? We'll find out. How did this fight end up? Well, it's probably a little bit of flirtation, maybe a little bit of sexy time, but it's still left you in your head. I'm getting a person who almost felt like there was a glimmer of hope in all of this that they were dealing with this external person. The person was so charming, so beautiful, so nice in the beginning, and now it's just like every time I get that little glimmer of hope, that little communication of passion, not necessarily love, it puts me back into my head, and now I'm being forced back into this position where I feel like when I feel like things are going to go somewhere, they don't. That's what I'm getting from this reading. Moving on, we have the Six of Pentacles reversed. This is essentially your biggest fear, is that your person will not give to this relationship anymore. And why is this so? Tell me more. So you have the Six of Pentacles reverse and the Queen of Pentacles. So we're going to say, like, for example, you have the Six of Pentacles minus the Five. If you behave in your negative energy, your shadow side, you're going to go into the Five of Pentacles energy, which is essentially feeling left out in the cold. That is your biggest fear, being left out, abandoned, hurt by this person, ghosted even. And maybe this has been an on and off again thing. And now you're trying to get somewhere in a more stable and grounded place, perhaps by a little bit of self-care, Netflix and chill by yourself, perhaps maybe even going on this trip that was indicated in the Kipper deck. However, when you put 6 and 1 together in your positive energy, your optimistic energy, you then move into the Seven of Pentacles. This is basically you investing in yourself as the Queen of Pentacles. That is what you need to do. Take that new pentacle that you have been nurturing right here, put it all together and invest in yourself. And that's probably the reason why you plan to go on this trip or this excursion or this, this getaway, this retreat that you're doing right now. So that way you can kind of give yourself that energy back. And I think that this is the right way forward. Sometimes a little bit of travel is all you need. So that way you can get yourself grounded again. Finally, we move to the last card as the outcome. We have Aquarius energy here, the comet, this you, the star in the Rider-Waite Tarot. And then we have the Ace of Wands reversed. Now, I'm getting an energy here that you do have a lot of hope for the future. You're going to make that happen. You're going to take the necessary steps that you need to heal yourself and also to put faith in new things. Just make sure that you do not do this in a way that leads to false starts, a lack of clarity, or through a loss of energy, a loss of that spark. Because you see in the card here, there's a massive spark taking place here, indicating a very strong passion towards something. In the negative, that spark just isn't happening. Let's clarify that. Clarify the outcomes. I almost feel like with these three cards, you go from the Star to the Ace of Wands reverse to the Ace of Pentacles. Perhaps it was the passions that you had that led you to this situation in the first place. You may have jumped into this relationship without really thinking about it. And now you're realizing that it's time to heal from that particular energy and focus more on your pentacles, which is probably what you're doing now. Rather than focusing on the wand as much, you're now turning your attention and your energy towards your foundation and your stability. Because if you try to pursue this with someone, this external person, then what you risk doing is relying on someone who basically cannot fulfill you. That's why you have the Sun reverse. It's not clear on how you can get your happiness, and I think that that's what you're trying to do now. I think that you're trying to focus on the material world, which allows you to have a bit more control over what it is that you're dealing with in your life emotionally. I don't really see a lot of cups here, so I don't indicate that there's really much that is in this. I don't see much in this spread that indicate that you're focusing on love or emotional fulfillment. I see a person stacking coin and potentially with this in your environment. Now, here's the thing. When we have these two in your environment, which clarified this 5 and 6 of wands, 5 plus 6 in the positive distills to 11, which distills down to 2. That's the decision card. Your decision between two particular paths that you're choosing to take in your life. You have the Page of Wands and then the 8 of Swords. This is potentially what you're doing right now. Small flirts, small flings, not focusing on love like you used to anymore after this previous relationship. And what you're instead doing is going in between a cycle, oscillating between small passions and being stuck in your head, despite not necessarily needing to be there. It's important that you address this, because if you do not, you'll remain stuck. Now, I do see you shifting from the passionate to the material world. And like that comet, the person in here, in the last spread, the Aquarian card, the comet or the star, this person is trying to mine this comet that is passing through. And you see in yourself that in your life where you stand, there's not really a lot of time before you miss out on this opportunity. And in order for you to heal and to do all the things that you need in order to gain balance, become recentered in your life, you feel that you have to go and get your hands dirty. Now, make sure that you are putting your hands in the right spot. Make sure that you wash them carefully, because if you are engaging in kind of no strings attached stuff, then of course you do have to look out for your own health and safety. That said, those are really all the messages I've got for you for today. Just what I can just advise is that you are getting over the heartbreak. Make sure that you're taking the right path to do that. If you focus too much on the pentacles and the fire, what you are going to get is the sun reversed and this 10 of cups. That is why you're in this energy, because you're pursuing things that are fleeting. Sic transit gloria mundi, as we would say. All worldly things are transitory. You're not clear on your happiness yet. And I think that you're trying to do that by working with the things that you can control. It's relationships, you feel like they're not something that you are in control of, because the people that you get involved with take away your personal power. And I think that you're trying to get that back within both the passionate and the material side. You need to go into the water element, because it's not present here at all, with the exception of how you see yourself. And the only two are in the past. Death, 5 of Cups reverse, twice. Think about that for a bit. What is in those cups that you're going to find when you turn around and start to move towards your castle? Are you going to fill that cup with something that's worthwhile, or are you going to just leave them empty and continue to look into the past as you proceed with sexual desire and the desire to stack coin? Know your worth. Don't bullshit yourself, okay? Thanks so much. Once again, this has been Illumina Tarot. If you have enjoyed this message today, please give a like, share, subscribe, and ding the notification bell for any updates that you will find in the future. Also, if you would like a personal reading, please look at the description box below, where you can find out more information as to how to do that. Thanks again for all your time and attention. It has been a pleasure. Thank you, love and light, and until next time.